Well, luckily video game skills and professional skills are two different skill sets because this poor city is falling apart. Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Sylvie Borschel, the producer of some of the pro plays you watch on this channel, including this one. Before we get started, I just wanted to shout out our sponsor for this video, TurboTax Live. For TurboTax Live experts, an interesting life can mean an even greater refund. I'm usually the kind of person who has tons of questions, and I always end up wishing I could talk to someone who knows all about this, or can even just do it for me. TurboTax Live is perfect because they have experts who can answer your tax questions, walk you through the whole process, or do your taxes for you from start to finish. And you can talk to a TurboTax Live expert through your phone or computer, so you never even have to leave the house. Whether you're building massive skyscrapers or filing your taxes, it always helps having a pro on your side. And this tax season, TurboTax Live experts can help you get every deduction you deserve. You do your thing, they've got your taxes.
Hi, I'm Deborah, Senior City Planner with the City of Los Angeles. A city planner is at the intersection of a lot of consideration when it comes to land development and how communities grow. Today, I'm going to be building my very own city in Cities Skylines. My ideal city starting from scratch is going to be diverse in economy and hopefully the peoples that live there and natural resources for the community. All right, let's get into it. So we have our city here. In LA and most major cities, we have history. We've started with a few grids of streets and a bit of layout of zoning, water, and power infrastructure. But other than that, we're basically starting clean slate on this game. On the bright side, being able to start with empty land lets us apply lessons learned from the past. So not put housing near the freeway, for example. I would keep a plain of land undeveloped to allow for flooding and allows the river to maintain its natural state of beauty that provides ecological benefits as well as recreational. Okay, so we can see, oh, homes are popping up. That's exciting. Looking at the construction, it's lightning speed, very different than real life. That would be so nice. Okay, so this neighborhood I envision to have a mix of commercial and residential uses. I see this lake bed over here, a nice area for hotels and recreation. We could place some light manufacturing that are close to the freeway for easy ingress and egress. So what am I doing? I'm zoning. Virtually every city in the country has zoning, and zoning is an important tool to keep land uses compatible with each other. I imagine that this will be a commercial road. Is unfortunate with this game is there's no mixed use zoning tool. Mixed use being within one building, commercial on the ground floor and residential on top. So I'm going to place some residential here. This game does not differentiate between light industry and heavy industry. Because industry is no longer the industrial revolution type of industry, and instead there's a lot of light manufacturing or post-production like the set that I'm on today with BuzzFeed, I'm going to zone light industry back here, away from the natural resources we have and away from a lot of the housing close by. In my imagination, we do have a mixture of office within the space as well. I think it's important to create a campus-like environment, some synergy amongst knowledge base and people just crossing paths. So far, I've zoned such that this is a bit of a hub for the lake that's down here. And this is more of an economic hub serving local industry. I'm starting to build out residential, and I imagine moving, assuming east. I think it's interesting that this game does not have a compass. In newer American cities, you see street grids that are checker pattern, east, west, north, south, whereas other countries you see street patterns that are slanted, which accounts for sunlight in a different fashion and tends to maximize distribution of the sun and access to the sun throughout the year. So as I build this out, I would want to only continue this block going out in order again to keep space from the river to allow the river to overflow if needed and create park space here. Okay, so let's see what's going on at the ground level. I think that means they don't have water. We are often in a drought in Los Angeles. So let's build out some pipes to connect the water. Let's see what else is going on. We see flashing. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Okay. Sewage is backing up. It's not good. That's not good. And what other problems do we have? It's abandoned, maybe because the sewage is backing up. Okay, so for the sake of this game, I think I'm going to tear down some abandoned buildings. This is not a general practice that cities take, only very extreme situations in which something like this would happen. Okay, I deleted a road too. Luckily, video game skills and professional skills are two different skill sets because this poor city is falling apart. Okay. City's got some problems. The placement of the sewer pipes and the placement of the water pipes, which I believe are the same in this game. This needed to build out more gradually so that we didn't spend too much money on roads and on infrastructure and then run out of money to sustain our growth. Now we're gonna lay out infrastructure, some sewer pipes and some electricity will allow that sewage backup to drain out hopefully and get fresh water into these homes. I wanna build some roads to continue to invest in the city. And like I said, keep space from the river. Now we can actually provide more advanced services for people. Families can move here, medical clinics for basic health needs so they don't have to go driving out to other cities. Garbage, taxes, great. Now we're moving, now we're talking, now we're like a city. Okay, so let's continue to build. I can build a medical clinic. Here we go, here's the building. Building must be placed roadside. Okay, let's see if I click if what happens. All right, happy faces. So we got happy faces, I like that. That is great. And I'll add some commercial here to complement that medical facility. So this main street, I'm imagining trees, bike paths, access to shops by foot, so it's not so car oriented. Let's zoom in and see if this game provides for that. So we see different setbacks here. A setback is how far a building may be required to be distanced back from the street. This is very common in the city of Los Angeles and across the United States. What is realistic with this game is that there are a lot of natural resources that flow through cities. It's nice to have the opportunity to address them from the get-go. I'd say the most realistic thing about this game is that there are freeways to contend with. These run all through Los Angeles, and this brand new city was just plunked down on an off-ramp. What's not realistic is how simplistic things are. So the zoning is very simplistic. Like I said, there's no mixed use option. This game is fun, but I don't think it's realistic. So we don't have that nuance here of, is this an affordable housing project? Is it not? And how many units are in that building. Parks are so important for respite from urban living. I'm going to build out the rest of this grid. Obviously, in real life, these streets would be aligned more cleanly, unless there's a reason. There could be a reason, maybe a significant tree or a historic structure that we wanted to build a road around. So things aren't always so clean and orderly in real life, but people are happy. So perhaps it's sharing space. Oh wow, there's an airplane flying. I see this whole neighborhood over here. I built the roads, but I didn't build the water pipes and the electricity. Undo that effort, and I saw some happy faces. Okay, so, oh, we have a worthy village. We have a worthy village, okay. So we are still going to go zoom in and bulldoze abandoned properties. It's not good. I just took out a whole block. Okay. I can go back and rebuild these roads or not. All right, this was experimental. This was just experimental. A few bumps in the road. No pun intended, but we're doing well. We started to get the framework of the layout of the city going. We've got a lot of happy faces, access to lakes, we've got local industry, and we have a bit of a tourism component. It's walkable on top of our residential and commercial uses. Overall, I think I did well. I persevered. It got rough at some points, but I love that the population kept increasing. As a city planner, I do have somewhat of an advantage in playing this game. However, there's more to it, clearly, as I've learned, than just being a city planner. The community is happy, there's money in the bank, and it's continuing to grow in a nice fashion. It was fun to use my imagination and create this fun little town that I think will continue to grow and be a fun place to live.